This video, I'm going to search and evaluate brands on the eBay marketplace. And in a previous video, I've actually described this process as being taking brands, searching them on a marketplace such as eBay, finding products, determining certain things about the products on the marketplace, and then finding profitable sources if we like that particular brand. First step in this process, of course, is going to be to actually search the brand on the marketplace. But how do we even find brands in the first place? Now, I've mentioned in a few of the videos, and I'll mention very briefly, 3 different ways you can find the brands, or really 2 different ways. One is to go into the categories on a specific website, for instance, Boscov's. Go into an actual category on that site, for instance, kitchen and dining. Look at the products and just simply take brand names off of these products, for instance, Kitchen Works on this particular product. The other way is that many suppliers such as Zora.com have a very long, extensive list of brands that you can go through, and you can pull brand names from here. You can even look at the products and see what kind of products they have. And then there's another thing, which is a cashback site. And this is if you want like thousands of brands from thousands of different suppliers, then you can come to a cashback site like Rake It In. I've already scraped these into spreadsheets so that I actually distribute. So you can go ahead and get copy of these if you want, of these brands lists, totally free. Just check the description of the video and you can actually get all these different brands in a list if you wish. However, right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at one brand right now, which is Kitchen Works, copy it and paste it into eBay so I can just see what exactly this process is. So just looking at one brand, copying and pasting it into eBay. First thing is the number of results, right? I have 17,000 plus results. It's questionable whether or not these are actually the brand Kitchen Works, or am I just getting, a ton of stuff that's not even Kitchen Works, right? So that's something that I have to consider. But as I scroll down, I do see various few listings that do have the Kitchen Works brand on it. So I'm going to scroll down some more and see if I see that Kitchen Works, or am I just seeing like other stuff? Okay, so I'm getting some Kitchen Works and some are not Kitchen Works, right? So it's like a combination of the two. What I'm going to do is actually just go back, and I'm going to use Copper Cuisine because I want something where the results are actually more specifically from the specific brand that I'm looking at. So I'm going to do Copper Cuisine, right click, copy, take it back to eBay, scroll to the top, and I'll do a search on this as well, paste. Okay, so Copper Cuisine, immediately I actually get Copper Cuisine results. And as I scroll down, I keep seeing Copper Cuisine, Copper Cuisine. All right, Cuisine Copper, Cuisine Copper, Copper Cuisine. Okay, so I'm getting a lot more Copper Cuisine results here. I'm also going to go ahead and throw in a few filters. If I'm in the new market, new product market, then I may want to look at new products. I may also want to look at buy it now if I'm selling the buy it now format, because it's quite different from the market of auction products. And so this really narrows me down a lot more, now to 86 results. Another thing I might consider is the country of origin, the item location. So I'll put on that filter as well, which is US only. And now I have some products in front of me. Now I can look at the products here visually, and I can gain some pretty good insights as to what type of sellers are selling these. If I see a lot of stock photos, I'm guessing people are drop shipping this product quite a bit. This brand, and maybe other people are selling it as arbitrage. I'm not sure, but definitely I would conclude that there's some drop shippers in here if I see a lot of stock photos. Now, so what I'm going to do is actually show you how you can look at the product results in a much easier way using a spreadsheet that I made, which will actually extract the product data. So what I'm going to do is take the URL and just copy it. Okay, this URL is the search URL, so it contains all of the search filters and everything. And I'll just paste it right into the spreadsheet. I'll go to eBay Scraper and Sorcerer menu, extract current eBay page, and it will actually extract. You will see it begin to extract products. So this is the great thing about eBay, is that I can actually directly scrape it into spreadsheets. I don't have to use browser automations or anything, so it's actually very fast. We can pull a lot of product data from eBay quite quickly, and there isn't any hard limits, meaning it's not a certain number of products that I could, there's not a limit on the number of products you can do in a particular day or anything like that, right? No hard limits as they're called. So now right away also I can begin to see, if the listing is ended or marked sold, or, obviously the title, the price, how many have sold. I can even look at the sales history. Like this one says it sold twice, right? I can just click here and I can see the sales history right away, which I can't really do on eBay anymore, which you could do a few years ago quite easily. So I can see one sold January 3rd, for instance. So sometimes it depends on how recent the sales are, is what sales will show up, right? Or I see this one, 19 sold so far altogether, and I see a lot of looks like offers or something going on here. Yeah, offer history. So okay, January 6th we see one recently for $179.95, right? So all of this stuff you can do with this. Okay, you can also go to the seller store. You can see the feedback score on the seller, and you can go, as a lot of people do on YouTube, or a lot of instruction, they show sniping. You can do that if you're interested in sniping. But basically, the other thing that this can do is can find potential sources. So I'll go to eBay Scraper and start sourcing. Now the main focus here in this video was really just to search the brands and just to find the products and like kind of evaluate what's going on with the products. So the main things that I look at with this are, first of all, the category, which we already knew. The category was kitchen and dining. The price range, depending on the price range you want to sell in, you can look at the kind of the price range of the products that are shown for this brand, right? See a lot of, higher double-digit kind of prices, some a bit lower. So if that's a price range you like, that can work for you for this brand, right? Other thing is the supply and then the sales volume. So like, are there a lot of listings of the brand? That's basically the supply. Like how many people, like the number of people, right, selling it. And then the sales volume is basically, are the products moving, right? So there is going to be some that aren't sold at all, and then there are going to be some that are sold a lot and some that are sold a little. But basically, you're going to see if you can find any that are sold. And that is basically the idea here, just to kind of evaluate the brand. And of course, this is just one brand. Typically, you want to evaluate a number of different brands and products to see what the situation is. Now, the other thing you can do with this is, being that there are a lot of sources that might be found here, especially if you don't target your search specifically. And I can show what that is more in some other videos. I'll do some other videos on this, but if you don't target your search, you have a lot of results for each eBay product. So what you want to do, you go to product list, start generating lists, and then what happens is it basically assembles the products vertically so that each source appears on its own separate line, which will make it easier to navigate. And then after that, it's just a matter of getting price data here, which I'll have to discuss in another video as well, how you can possibly get price data into the sheet and all of that. And basically, this will make it easier for you to investigate the products on eBay and then the potential source for the product on these various websites, as you can just open these and investigate. Okay, so that's basically the process here. Of course you can do it without the Google Sheet, right? I did make this Google Sheet to make it easier, right? To do this for myself and as well as for other people. But sure, you can do it manually. You can also use some kind of software like a Zeek Analytics to do these kinds of things. This is going to be a much cheaper option than Zeek Analytics, right? Zeek Analytics, you're going to have a significant monthly bill. With this, you won't. So basically, you can decide based on your, your position that you're in and your needs or whatever. You may not need anything at all, because you can also highlight these manually and try to source them that way as well. So there's a number of ways that you can go about the sourcing aspect, but basically it's going to be doing it manually. versus using some kind of software or using a spreadsheet like this that finds some potential sources automatically. So that's basically the process of evaluating the brands and then eventually sourcing and locating products. And that's basically it. So check the links in the description of this video if you want to get access to any resources that I provide. For instance, brands list and other types of spreadsheets that you can use. And then if you're interested in this eBay sheet as well, you can, all that stuff you can find in links in the description of this video. And if you want to contact me directly, you can do that as well. Otherwise, you can leave comments, questions, or suggestions on the video. And that's about it. I'm Mr. Mark, and I look forward to hearing from you or seeing you around in another video.